All right. Hi, guys. It's Kevin Sandy again. Youth mentorship training, trying to help teachers, parents, youth workers to relate to connect with, to influence, to impact frustrating youths. Youths that want to make you pull out your hair. You don't know how to function, how to operate with them, and then you're a teacher in school trying to get work done, and they're only disrupting the class. You're only making things more difficult. And you're wondering, oh my Lord, can I do this work? And the system that you're in not allowing you to discipline them the way you would like to. Well, here's what's happening. Today I'm going to share a secret how to apply the solutions to the five challenges. As a matter of fact, this is like the foundation of how I got started and recognized those who were doing it very well, who were actually attracting youths, who were influencing and impacting youths, getting youths to change their culture, their values, their mannerisms, their behaviors. They used a particular strategy. And the foundation of those strategies that they use are called principles. Now, a principle is really like a law built into nature. It's like gravity, or it's like the law of motion, that sort of thing, right? You have these laws of motion, or the law of aerodynamics, right? Or the law of seed and harvest, right? All these things are principles built into it. There's nothing you have to do to make a principle work. But what you have to do, you could use the principle to work for you, to actually benefit from it. So one of the things is that I realize that a lot of adults, the challenges that a lot of adults have is that they focus on the physical, the outcome, the result, instead of the root cause. And we spoke about that in the beginning, right? Focusing on what is causing this, and then how can I adjust this? How can I address what is the root cause? Now, a lot of people might not have time for that. It's too much patience, and it could be irritable. So that is why you have counselors, and sometimes even in the counselors are not able to get to the root cause because they're in a different world from the youth. They live in a different life. They don't connect with them, so the youth might listen to them out of respect, maybe, right? But they don't really take them out. They don't really change their behavior or change the attitude. Here's a secret. The secret is to use principles to address the secret mind. The person, not the person who is in front of you is misbehaving, but the person who by themselves in the night when nobody's looking. That's the person you want to address. The person who may function as a bully and looks all brave, that's not the person you want to address. You want to address the person behind that, the person underneath that facade, that mask. But to address that, the most powerful person I know, the most powerful being I know who can address that is God, who can speak to a man's soul, to a man's heart, right? The scripture talks about deep calls unto deep, right? Or who that wins souls is wise. When you win somebody's soul, their emotion, when you convince them to make an adjustment from their soul, from inside of them, from their very being, the behavior changes. When you help them change their mindset, the way they think, the way they see things, their perspective, the behavior is easy. That's a small thing. But if you focus on trying to change the behavior, you end up hitting a wall. You end up struggling, fighting. And it's just frustrating a lot of people because you're trying to focus on the leaves, the fruit, instead of the root. So to address the root, there are these things called principles. Some principles, of course, are obvious, you know. Some principles are very hidden, so you have to search it out, you have to learn about it. And most times when people go to school to learn sociology and psychology and in relationships and stuff, what do they try to do? They try to address things using principles. They try to discover principles discovered by the doctors in those areas, the persons who have their PhD and have studied it and have experimented and have gone through the rigors of surveys and that sort of thing, and seeing patterns and different methods and things that are repeating themselves, and then they come to conclusions. Okay, now you might not have access to all of that, but here was happening. The Spirit of God can show you what principles to use. Jesus put it like this: I'll give you the keys of the kingdom. These keys of the kingdom and it gives, he's giving you so that you can actually destroy or change things on earth. And you know what happens? He's going to agree with you and change it in the heavenlies, in the spirit realm. So you're doing it in the physical realm, he's doing it in the spirit realm. These principles, when you work them, they work for you. When you follow them, when you understand them, they work for you. So one of the things I used to use with principles is that I developed an attitude of asking questions and listening. And then as I listen, I ask questions out of the answers they give. And as they give me answers, I ask questions again out of the answers they give. And what I'm doing, I'm digging to find out what is really behind the scenes, not the surface answer. That's not enough. I don't run after. So if you ask them a question and give you an answer that might be derogatory or out of sort or destructive, you don't go after it like a bulldog. What you do is ask, why is that? Why do you think that? Why is that important? You find out, you ask questions, because what you want to do, you want to go behind the scenes to find out where is that influence coming from? Where is that attitude coming from? Where is that mindset coming from? Where is that value system that they have coming from? Because you see, the actions come from a value system. The behavior comes from a value system. Some things they value, they cherish. It's important to them. But you have to know what that is. What is it they're trying to really achieve? What they're trying to go after? Who they're trying to copy or mimic, right? Or follow. You want to go and you know why you want to follow that person. What is it really there? And then eventually you could also punch holes in their answers by revealing the truth behind the scenes. Like some people might say, they're doing certain things because they want to be like somebody. They want to follow an artist or a popular person and so forth. And so what you do is that you really want to be like them. You want to be everything like them. You want to behave, you want to function, you have everything. Really? And then what you do, you start discovering and showing them. So you want to be able to be doing this as well. You start showing them the behind the scenes reality of the person's life, which a lot of them don't know about. They only see the things that people show them on social media. They don't dig deep. So what your job is to go and dig deep. So why do you want to follow this person? Who is this person really? What is the behind the scenes issue with the person? What is making this person become that big dancer, that big singer, or whatever it is, or get that nice car? What is causing it? And then you realize the kind of things that they're involved in. Is it really, you want to really do this? You're not telling them anything, you're just asking them, do you want to be involved in all of this? And do you want to end up in these particular situations too, like the person? Then they start realizing, wait a minute, I don't really want to be like that person. No, they might like what the person have, the fame the person have, what they're expressing, but they don't really want to be the person. So what you start doing, you're breaking down walls, you're destroying strongholds, you're changing mindsets. You realize they start shifting, and then you go again, you go again after it, because there are other things inside you could go after and find out and dig deeper and break down. See, so what is it? So they start showing them the value, the quality that they have built into them, but isn't manifested because of the lack of God inside of them, and realize that they're actually destroying the power or the abilities that God has given them, the values, the vision, the potential God has given them by trying to be somebody else. You're actually able to show it, right? Through questions, as I said, and through more questions. There are all these different levels of listening. There's like about 4 or 5 levels of listening, active listening, and then you have listening in the spirit and all sort of thing, right? And those are good things to learn. Communication, active listening is very important, but the questioning in the listening. As a matter of fact, most coaches tell you that they get most of their results from asking the right questions, from learning how to ask questions, right? And you actually have books like that. You could actually go on Amazon and look for books on listening as a coach. Just search Amazon or search Google, listening as a coach, asking questions as a coach, how to ask questions. And you realize you actually could get more results from less work. Yeah. So instead of spending years of trying to change these people's attitude, and pulling out your hair and getting frustrated, you learn now the art of influence, the art of persuasion, the art of impact, right? By learning how to ask the right questions, and you actually do less work and get more result done. It's like trying to use a stone to pound a nail. Real work, right? You could use a hammer or you could use a nail gun. Hey, there are different ways of doing the thing. But it's a find which one is more efficient, right? So principles allow you to be efficient, cut down on your time, cut down on your struggle and your stress and your frustration in getting to the bottom, the root cause of what's happening with the youths. And you know what happened? Eventually, they thank you for it. They start running you down, right? As I said before in my early videos, I have adult men now, I mean, guys who have their own family and still call me uncle up to today because of the work that God did through me, right? So these principles are fitted for everybody. You can learn them anywhere. You just have to learn, apply, practice, see the results, learn, apply, practice over and over to get the results. All right? And I hope this brings some relief to you as a parent, as a teacher, as a youth worker, as a youth leader, wherever you function with youths. I hope that this really helps you and that you can apply some principles. And if you want more direction and help with principles, hey, reach out to me, connect with me, let me know what you're looking for, what your challenge is, and let's talk about different principles that you can use. All right? I really hope this helps. Bless you.